The purpose of this video is for people that we're inviting, and you're specifically yourself, people you know, that you're inviting to the Earth Point containers that we run, and more importantly, giving them, offering your experience rather than me talking about it because it's in the brochure or it's in the flyer, how it originated. And so I'll just ask a couple of questions if that works for you.
Yeah, sure does.
So what would you really like people to know about Earth Point and how it's helped you?
I would like people to know that it's a place they can reside in deep within themselves in a still inward life. It's a place where their birth point is connected to the earth, and they can unify their soul and transcend themselves into whatever they want to be and their purpose here, and just be within the calm and the alchemy of all their senses.
Yeah, beautiful. So how would you differentiate, because some people would naturally assume it's like a meditation, how would you differentiate maybe even how you first came and maybe saw it as a tool to use, which of course it can, but then it's also a way of being. So how are you utilizing Earth Point as a way of being?
Utilize it in everything that I do since I dropped into that little meditation that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Just coming together of higher self or spirit self with the human self,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
letting go of all fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to happen tomorrow, all the mind chatter, the enmeshment that I had going on with all the emotions, emotional intelligence. And it just helps me in daily life to achieve what I really am put here to do, and just the quality and wholeness of life.
So for with your experience, thank you, with your experience, are you staying around your head or are you always dropping in?
I'll always drop it in
Okay, beautiful.
with every breath.
Yeah, because that's a different experience than if we're stressed and then we use something as a meditation to calm ourselves or de-stress or have things fall away. So how else has it helped you at work, for example, or with your doggy business?
Just being more in tune of my boundaries as well, with energy, physical boundaries, energetic and emotional boundaries, all unified together. They
Mm-hmm.
all work in unison, and also a ease, a stillness that can be accessed anytime, with
No.
in any moment that whatever arises in that calmness is where I go. I don't
But
think. I
yeah.
I act, do what calls to be brought forward.
Yeah, nice. So you're more in a being state as
Yeah.
opposed to a thinking, emotional, reactive state.
Yes. Yeah.
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 How about your wellness? Has that changed in any way?
Yes, it has. Even in body or alchemy within the body, the way I eat, the way I sleep, it's all settled. I have used to have a lot bad anxiety, and that's all gone now.
Mm.
So I want to empower people with that creativity that the intelligences can bring forward
Yeah, nice.
outside of our human selves.
So how would you use the word creative? Not use the word, you've just said the word creativity, pardon me, but how does creativity, in your perspective, play a role with Earth Point as you drop into Earth Point?
Intuition.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Use that word trust. I have that trust when I dropped in. So I trust myself enough and trust my spirit self enough to take action on what comes forward,
Right.
the thinking realm.
Yeah. So what happens if you got old story sort of coming in from behind you? How does Earth Point, how do you utilize Earth Point, or how does Earth Point help you? Or is it the expanding of the new word we're bringing in now, etheric boundaries,
Yeah.
which is not a big hard wall, as you now know.
Yeah.
It's a very soft wall, so it's using a greater senses. So for yourself, what happens if anything comes in from the past, like old story or, money? talks or even all of those things that used to come at us from the past?
More self-awareness and I can notice the distortions of the energy of the etheric field pulling in, and they're like little kaleidoscope, little pinches, like that little micro management. It's like mastery
Yeah,
of
nice.
what comes is pushing forward, but it's not, it's from here. It's not coming from the front, it's coming from the back.
Yeah. So therefore, with you using trust and being in an embodied space, what's your breath like? Your awareness with your breathing now?
Oh, it's just longer
Yeah.
and deeper.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
not shallow. And if I notice it's shallow, then I know it's the past coming forward, because it's a push. It's a bit
Yeah,
of a push, and then the energy changes.
nice. So thank you. So with that's talking about how Earth Point, and I'd just like to bring in the idea of a container here, so that there's no confusion and there's beautiful clarity. And container means that we run a number of sessions, in this case, usually 2. So one where we will have the practice connecting with our earth birth, and really getting it deeply connected inside ourselves with the etheric umbilical cord and the warmth of the earth. And the second one, after a number of weeks, that the group, whoever is there or whoever is in that first practice, comes back, has another experience, and also gives feedback of what's happened over the 2 weeks. So there's these conscious activities. What would you like to offer about the containers?
I'd like to offer to like assist in dropping in, holding that compassionate space,
Yeah.
and that softness, that warmth that could arise when I did mine. So our clients or the people that do join in don't have that kind of fear or anxiety to drop in.
Okay.
Yeah, hold them a safe
Yeah,
place to
nice.
be.
Yeah, so there's more giving everybody the opportunity to dive in deeper or
Yes,
dive in quicker, whatever, and
yes,
not be frightened of what
yes,
diving in means, right?
yes,
Or dropping in,
yeah,
whatever that is,
yeah,
that ability just to surrender the thought, take that consciousness through the heart's
yes.
coherence and taking that deeper into the place of the container within and building that
Mm.
strength within ourselves.
It's like a chalice that sits there.
Yeah,
And
certainly
it
is.
just resides in there, and it's there's that gap between the chalice and the liquid,
Yeah, yeah,
and
well
just
said.
rocking stillness.
Well said. How's that helped you?
Oh, it's a bit hard to put it into words, but just unified, a whole being. The old programmed self is gone. Now the future comes forward with endless possibilities. If that makes sense, that's what's happened for me, but in all areas of life, everything, wholeness, wellness, um, even the people that I am in my energy field as well benefit from it. We feel empowered from it and go,
Yeah.
what are you on?
I'm
Just
on
that, I want
nature's
some of
affinity
that.
drug. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just
Mm.
brought new opportunities, new possibilities forward. Like a problem might be another possibility. I don't
Yeah,
look at it the same way, like, oh, how am I going to fix that? It's a gift to have that and then change it into
yeah,
something that could be. Or
yeah. And something I've heard you mention a number of times is that ability. There's a word called prescience. So
Mm,
it's spelt like pre-science, meaning
yes,
you definitely awakened more consciously that awareness and sight of having that sense of something that's coming before it
mm,
arrives. And it's not necessarily, it's not a psychic ability. It's just being more connected with
yes.
the information that's sitting inside that field that's outside your basic physical self. Yeah.
The energetic self and the etheric, the watery part of us ourselves.
Yeah.
Pick up that frequency that something is coming, and tasting, feeling it, actually tasting it as well, not just these senses, physical senses, but the dimensional senses.
Yeah. Well said. In closing,
Mm-hmm.
like to thank you because there's a lot of richness that you've offered, and I trust that whoever wants to come and join us whenever we have the containers, please welcome. And we look forward to helping you be more connected, more opening to yourselves too, because all of this is a pathway of freedom. And you
Yes.
use the word mastering, and mastery, and it's mastering our own inner freedom with
Yes.
absolute calm and peace and that inner stillness you mentioned. So thank you, Erica.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie.
All right.
Nice. Bye.
See you in the container.
Oh, yeah, we will. Bye.
Bye.